The United Kingdom. Why is called the United Kingdom? When we think about the word united, the idea of some parts joined together comes to our mind. When we say the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, we are referring to the union of some countries. In this case, such countries are England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The United Kingdom is located on northwest Europe, between the North Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. It is an island country, and the ninth largest island in the world. It is the 22nd largest population in the world. The United Kingdom runs under a unitary parliamentary constitutional monarchy. The head of state began Queen Elizabeth II. Facts: almost sixth people in the United Kingdom are Christians. The sports soccer, rugby, golf, boxing, and cricket were invented in UK. Is the third largest economy in Europe. England. It is important to mention that England is the biggest country in the United Kingdom. It occupies most of the southern two-thirds of the Great Britain. Most of the total population in the United Kingdom is concentrated in England. London, which is its capital city, is considered the political and economic center of the United Kingdom. Geography. England has the central and southern two-thirds of the island of Great Britain, in addition to a number of small islands, of which the largest is the Isle of Wight. It is bordered to the north by Scotland and the west by Wales. It is closer to continental. England has a population slightly above 50 million, representing this a figure close to 85% of the total population in the United Kingdom. In contrast to what many people may think, not all British people are Christian or white. Early in history, they were invaded by Roman, Saxon, Viking, and Norman armies. Later, Africans were brought to Britain by force in the 17th and 18th centuries as slaves or servants. Literature. The English literature refers to literature written in the English language, or literature composed in English by writers not necessarily from England. Some writers who were in some way associated with the regions of England are William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, Thomas Hardy. And music. Some of the greatest pop stars and music bands in the world are British, such as the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, David Bowie, Queen, Phil Collins, the Spice Girls, and Oasis.
The cells are believed to have arrived in Britain around 500 BC. The cells came from Central Europe and selected Britain, France and Spain. The period Britain immediately before the Roman period is known as the Iron Age. It was due to the discovery of the new metal called iron, and we was the cells were discovering how make iron tools and weapons. They lived of milk and meat, and testing in foods in these fates they were dating great TV, which caused the color also they looked and not real in detail. They were untailed, hair long and white had at parts and the body selected in accepting head and underwood lip. Women and Greek writers describe the cells as face and working people. I put 55 BC they attribute to many tribes, each with different ideas, both men and women hold a high position of power. In the powerful self-society, they experience on the function of prestige, felicity and pelters and ever layer. In the subculture, Druids were important of the society. They were members of the educated class among the ancient cults. They seem to have frequent in the oak forest and acted as present teachers and guides. The Celt lived in an arched weapon whose wide wicker walls and thatched roof. The horses were generally grouped in loose hamlets. They were a small combination of dishes and buildings surrounding defense hill-tops. The Celts constructed an agricultural revolution of their own right. The sciences and made it possible if time harvested the resource of the valleys and lowered by their own roads. One most important function of the Celts during their existence and hunting was art and design. One of the most characteristic design from the Christian period in the Catholic Celtic cross. Another Celtic symbol was the Naranoud. The term directly came from the word Dori, which in the Celtic means wag. Wags were almost ability tears of the Celts. Today Celtic culture is very much alive. A good example is Celtic music, in the which traditional instruments such as bagpipes and harps are used.
In 55 BC, Julius Caesar, who was a general of the Roman army in Gaul, decided that it would be a good move to invade Britain. This was not possible because the inhabitants of Britain were the Celts and they were excellent warriors. It wasn't until 43 that Claudius became emperor of Rome and decided to rebuild the dream of expanding the empire to the British Isles, for which he needed 40,000 soldiers. Britain became part of the Roman Empire and was systematically conquered for nearly half a century. There were three different types of cities in Roman Britain, two of which were cities established by Roman charter. These are the colonial cities populated by Roman settlers and the municipia, largest cities in which the entire population received Roman citizenship. The third type, the civitas, included the ancient Celtic tribal capitals, through which the Romans administered the Celtic population in the countryside. It is believed that the Romans wrote reading and reading skills to Britain. The written word was important for spreading ideas and establishing power, although the most notable tool of Roman Britain was the cities, which were the basis of Roman administration and civilization. Warrior Queen was the wife or ruler of the Eastern and Celtic tribe living in the east of England. Boudica's army caused great damage before being defeated, and as a result, London became the main administrative and commercial center. Many people may regard Queen Boudica as a great patriotic leader of the British surpassed the fierce national. In the 4th century AD, the Roman Empire itself was attacked by tribes from Central and Eastern Europe. The time began to be attacked from the west and north by Scottish and Irish tribes, and from the east by Germanic tribes such as the Anglos and the Saxons. Roman soldiers in Britain needed to leave to defend Rome, and finally, in 410, of the Christian Emperor Honorius made a difficult decision, declaring that Britain should defend itself. Without the Romans, the Germanic tribes could take control of most of the territory of England.
The Vikings too are forbidden with a brave warrior, but they are also considered as great sailors and merchants. The place they visited amongst were Denmark, Sweden, and Scandinavia. To soak up the green that vehicles pay for stay and for 3 years, of which many spoke of various gods such as Thor, the god of thunder, Loki, the god of deception and lies, and Odin, the god of wisdom. But why did they separate if they were very good warriors? Well, because many of the men understand of the villagers Many others wanted to continue Conqueror's dance because of the end of conflicts, and tours ending with Sender.
The Anglo-Saxons, their homes in northern Germany and the northern Holland and closer of to sea. In the ship, seas of Netherlands dominate. The Luxembourg period lasted 600 years from 410 to 1066. The first apparent domination occurred in southern and eastern England in the 4th century AD, but they were expulsed by the Romans. The invasion only succeeded after Romans invaded Britain in 410 AD. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Anglo-Saxon was their structure in the construction of tribal units. The chief or king of lords were driven against respect and their warriors gains. B 650 AD there were 7 separate kingdoms. The first was Kent, the Houthis, the Anglo-Saxon king who converted on Christianity, to be Augustin and Rome, the 595 CA. The second kingdom was Mercia because Pescanau ruled over. The third kingdom was Northumbria, where the monk obeyed. The fourth kingdom was East Anglia, formatting the English of the Northern English, who lived in present day the Norfolk, and the South English, who lived in the Suffolk. The fifth kingdom was Essex. This section of her famous Battle of Mandel was fought English in the beginnings in 991. The sixth kingdom was Sussex. The South section selected her, and seventh kingdom was Wessex, the West section. B 857 kingdom were consolidated into her Anglo-Saxon king Northumbria, Mercia, and Wessex. The Anglo-Saxon had welcomed Christian people. It's recognized in the Anglo-Saxon were pagans. They are Britain, but at the time won't be say converting Christian because this tradition many of forces were popular in England and come from pagan festivals. One of the most recognized Anglo-Saxon works in the poem called Prehol. The story is about hero, one different monster, and color grade and been in education introducing students on English literature.